every successful dairy goat farm, one thing that stands out is the power of good record keeping. And at Baraka Agricultural College is not an exception.
Records is very key because again, how will you know that how many kids have this goat had in this own lifetime? So with a farmer, it is good to know which date, for example, this goat kidded, and then how many was there any challenges? Because again, if there is a goat that it always happen to have challenges, for example, it doesn't, for example, it has kidded and it has failed it maybe to continue with this normal life, because some of them maybe because of their old age, maybe they'll have the problems with picking up after kidding. So with that record, you know that okay, this one with this goat, it is now ready to be culled down. So records are very important, and therefore, as a farmer, you must have the records. It will help you, or of course, with the marketing to ensure that how many number of goats are you having. Are you making any positive or profit in your farming? So with the records, it will help you to have those all information.
Tags also play an important role. They help identify each animal accurately, making it easier to monitor health, production, and breeding history.
Of course, one is for identification, and the other one is to, of course, to know at what age was it born, so that you can know, like for example, is it now time to be culled? So with the ear tag, it is very important so that they can help you, because for example, if you have like 100 heads of surname, okay, so you will not know which one is younger than the other one or which one is old. So with the ear tag, you can get the information that this one was maybe born on this date or this year, and also during maybe deworming and vaccination. It will help you so that you will not double maybe the vaccination or deworming the goats. Yeah.
Dairy farming today continues to offer endless opportunities, from milking production and value addition to breeding, feeds, and emerging technologies. Farmers now have more ways to grow, innovate, and improve their income.
One, there are very many opportunities, but now most of the farmers, of course, opportunities come when you come together. Again, with the goats, it works well with when you have a group, or much so when you have a cooperative. So with the cooperative and the kind of breed are you keeping? For example, if you are keeping a dairy breed, or you are keeping maybe goats for meat, then you can have a group, make a group, so that at least when you are having something maybe to sell, it will be easier to sell as a group rather than what? Individual. Because again, in the market, we have the middlemen, and therefore the middlemen, of course, they do a great job because they'll find a market for you. But now they have to get something from finding the market for you. And therefore, when you are in a group or when you are in a cooperative, it will be easier because you are selling a good number, for example, of goats. And with that, you can bargain, like I can sell this, my goat with this amount of money. But when you are an individual, remember, it will be difficult for you to bargain, given that most of the time a farmer will sell his or her livestock, and maybe he has gone through, he has a problem. That is the time when he does the culling or the doing away with the animals. But now when you are a group, it will be easier, for example, to sell whatever kind of livestock you have outside here. Again, the milk is on high demand. Of course, even us, we cannot satisfy the market at the moment because there is huge demand of the milk. But now most of the farmers, maybe you are very far from the market. Remember, again, when you are doing this, remember, you have to know, where will I take whatever the products I get from these livestock, where will I take them? So again, when you are that far, for example, when you are that much that interior, it will be, most of the time it is difficult for you to get the milk to the market. But when you do this farming in an urban area, it will fetch much profit, given that, of course, if you can't sell the milk, then you can do the meat, because again, with the meat, then you already have the market, provided that your goats are well managed, so you'll have the market. So the farmer should not fear about the market.
Technology has become a game changer, from modern milking systems and digital record apps to improved feeding equipment and health monitoring tools. Innovation is shaping the future of dairy goat farming operations.
The recent technology is one with the AI, that is doing AI with the goats. But currently at Baraka, we are looking forward to maybe in the coming, maybe from next year, we'll start now using the technology. Of course, the technology tend to make work much better and progress in a good way, and therefore it is a good way that technology has come, and we are aspiring to do come next year, God willing, we'll now start doing maybe an AI for the goats. Of course, it will help us to improve breeds and have quite a variety of other breeds. Yes.
Deworming stands as one of the most important routines in the animal health. It protects the herd, supports growth, and directly influences milk production. A healthy goat is a productive goat.
Okay, with the goats, of course, like any other livestock, of course, these are smaller livestock again. So with the goats, we do deworming after every 3 months. Of course, using you can use albendazole, that is albendazole. You can use maybe 10% like albafas, not albafas, but levamisole with the goats. Given that as you deworm your goats, ensure that you know the weight, so that you don't overdose your goats, or you don't underdose. And also administering vitamin, of course, will do good with these goats, because again, you are not sure how much are you giving, how much amount of vitamins are you giving your goats, and therefore during that deworming it is very important maybe to add an injection or a multiple, because that will help, of course, the overall covering of the important nutrients that these goats will require. Remember, in kids, at least you can do after maybe reaching 2 months using 2.5. That will do that is 2.5, that's albendazole. That will do good, given that the digestive system still not that strong for any strong dewormer.
The future of dairy farming is bright. With more young people joining the sector, advanced technologies coming in, and improved genetics, dairy goat farming is steadily becoming one of the most profitable and sustainable ventures.
Of course, I see the positivity in livestock industry, given that with the population, of course, there's no day the population will decrease. The population will always increase, and therefore, if the population is increasing, we'll need food, and therefore, the best food, for example, milk goats, they are very good in terms of butterfat content, and therefore, if the milk from the goats are good for our health, so why not keep the goats? And why can't the goat farming improve or grow better from where we are? So I see an opportunity in goats. I see a bright future, because as a farmer, as long as people are still alive and feeding, so you'll need this, either you need meat from the goat or milk from the goat. Of course, you'll need, of course, keeping this will increase the value in your farm, because again, you can maybe sell 10 and then get something from the goats. Yeah.
Different stages of dairy goats also determine management. From does to bucks, each stage requires proper nutrition, health care, and attention to keep the herd productive.
So when we talk of the kids are usually the young ones of the goats, and of course that is from 1 month to 3 months, where they are being weaned. And when we talk about the does are now the female goats. Remember, female goats will be ready to be made after 6 months. The goat will be ready, or maybe if it cannot be mated, then it can be served. Of course, with well-balanced diet, that goat will be ready to be served. That's what we call a doe, a female goat. And also we have the bucks, those are the male goats. And also the goat, a good one will be ready in 8 months, so it will be ready now to be used to serve the does, so that we can get the kids.
Pricing and protocols also guide how a farmer operates. Understanding market trends, production costs, and quality standards help the farmer position themselves competitively while ensuring consistency in every process.
Yeah, a liter ranges from 100 to 150. So if you can get maybe enough amount of liters, then of course you get good money.
Every herd has its stars. The highest producers. The goats stand out due to genetics, good feeding, and excellent management. They show what is possible when everything is done right.
Like I said earlier, because with the twinning, it will affect the production, your production in terms of milk. So at least if it has got one kid, it will be better for you. With one kid, then we are looking at 1.5, 1 to 1.5 liters up to 3. That is, you can do 1.5 in the morning, and then maybe in the afternoon you can do maybe half a liter, because again you need to have at least some liters for your kid. So you can do up to 2 liters. Yeah, up to 2 liters.
But even with all these advancements, challenges remain. Farmers still face issues like fluctuating feeding costs, diseases, climate change, and limited access to quality breeding services. Yet, each challenge also opens the door for new solutions and better practices.
Of course, in every enterprise there must be a challenge, and therefore, like I said, as much as there is market for these products from the goat, remember, if you are an individual, therefore it will be hard for you to get the market, no matter even if you have a larger quantity of milk from goats. If you are alone, it will be hard for you, and therefore here in Baraka, of course, with those challenges, like for example, the market is there currently because there is high demand, and therefore we are even trying to satisfy the demand, which we cannot at the moment. So now I know outside there is that challenge of where do I take the milk, but here that challenge, at least we don't have that challenge. So the challenge will only be how to manage. For example, when do I deworm my goats? What vaccination do I need with the goats, or what kind of feeds will improve maybe the milk production? So those are the challenges like a farmer will tend to go through. But when you are doing this farming, of course, like it is good to start maybe with the 2, then you learn from the 2, other than having a large number of these goats. Then you start struggling doing maybe feeding. Of course, you can do feeding. Of course, with these goats, they tend to take only little feed. But now, you must also know which kind of feed are the best for your goats. Yeah.
And finally, advice from farmers who have walked the journey reminds us that dairy goat farming is a commitment, a journey of learning, embracing technology, following best practices, and staying consistent. When done well, dairy goat farming becomes not just a business, but a rewarding and sustainable way of life.
Dairy farming is a good enterprise, given that, as you can see, you only have to have a shelter. Of course, a simple one, which you can afford. Of course, when I say a simple one that is well sheltered, it has got space, As you can see, the space here can keep up to 20 goats. As small as you can see, it can keep up to 20. And therefore, as a farmer, when you compare keeping goats and keeping a cow, especially in an urban environment where getting forage is a problem, so doing goats will favor you, because with goats you can, the little you can get, then you can satisfy their need in terms of feeding. Of course, you can also add some cereals just to ensure that you tend to balance in terms of the energy and all other, for example, the protein, you can, so that you can balance. So that with this, with goats, given they only take little amount of feed. That's what I'm trying to say. They only take little amount of feed compared to maybe a cow. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Daktari.
Yes.
We have learned a lot about dairy management and maintenance, and we are very grateful for welcoming us in Baraka Agricultural College.
Thank you.
And we hope to learn more about dairy goats. Yeah. Thank you. And that is it from us, Kilimo Faida TV. I was your host, Sharon McKenna.